nation, our boundless creed. All the warnings we did not heed brought this holocaust upon us. We have breached our sacred trust. Brains. We accept unacceptable things, but the echo of the silence will remain, a constant reminder, never again. No more promises, no more lies, no more excuses and anguished cries. No words of wisdom are so profound. Just hear the silence of the sound. Just hear the silence.
The captain came aboard and man, he was drunk. Set the automatic pilot, then retired to his bunk. Exxon oil tanker ran aground. 10 million gallons in the Prince William Sound. So Exxon called up their lawyers saying, what should we do? Lawyers said, just hold off sending in that cleanup crew. We've been talking to your accountants who've been doing some addition. They said, pay the fines, don't clean it up. It's just not cost efficient.
Black waves rolling to the shores of the bay. Black water washing our lifestyle away. White lies told for the black gold.
Put profit before people, and the people always pay. Now, oil and water don't mix, or so they say. If you believe that, you should check out the shoreline of the Valdez Bay. The two have combined to form a thick black ooze. But nobody told the animals the bad news. They're checking out. Expired. End of the line. How can you go on living when you're covered with slime? Their deaths are not a pretty sight. They're scared and they're sick. I'd like to see Captain Hazelwood swimming in that oil slick. Now the slick's 1,000 miles wide, it's getting bigger every day, choking life out of everything that gets in its way. Exxon told the big lie, they didn't do what they said. Now a pristine wilderness jewel is dead.
Black waves rolling to the shores of the bay. Black water washing our lifestyle away. White lies told for the black gold.
Put profit before people, and the people always pay. Now that's when Exxon went and played their trump by jacking up the prices at the gasoline pump. They said, we're sorry and we're gonna pay, but of course we're passing along that cost to you. It's the American way. Now the people in Alaska are extremely irate, and we'll never forget this, because we love this state. And if we've learned one thing, it's definitely this: oil and wilderness don't mix. How long we gonna let this earth keep dying? How long we gonna listen to these corporations lying? Can't depend on someone else to represent your views. The solution to the problem starts with you.
Black waves rolling to the shores of the bay. Black water washing our lifestyle away. White lies told for the black gold.
Put profit before people, and the people always pay.
What are the songs of the sound, of the songs of the sound? The crack of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters of the sound. The cry of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters of the sound. The crack of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters of the sound. The crack of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters of the sound.
His berries near the shore.
Of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters of the sound. The crack of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters
from their
of the
rocky
sound.
island home.
The crack of the shell on the rock, on the belly of the otter in the waters of the sound. What are the songs of the sound, of the songs of the sound?
The eagle hunts for darkness on the water. The mother's blood has come to take the daughter. The otters left their slick gray perch and dove into the blackened web that had been woven. What do you see? What do you see? And I saw the sea, it was never clearer. This is your soul's mirror, said my spirit yearning for an ocean turning 1,000 shades of midnight. Where do we get the warmth that we are seeking? Look now, my friend, our crucible is leaking. The hand of man will let disaster flourish, confused between what can and cannot nourish. What do you hear? What do you hear? And I heard the sea, her body burning, her spirit asking, what are you learning? Her children screaming and people dreaming in 1,000 shades of midnight. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you see? What do you hear?
Now come on, my relatives, I've a message to share. Yo, yo, come gather in circle, come gather in prayer. Yo, yo, yo. Our mother is dying, there's blood on our hands. Yo, yo. And I don't know how much more pain her heart can withstand. Yo, yo, yo. So listen, my relatives, with the vision to heed. Yo, yo. We've grown inept to the teachings of our mother's own needs. Yo, yo, yo. We've complacently wasted all life in our wrath. Yo, yo. Will we keep wasting life until no life is left? Yo, yo, yo. So gather, my relatives, I've a vision to share. Yo, yo. I see our children returning our mother's own care. Yo, yo, yo. I see our children returning our mother's own care. Yo, yo, yo.
We closed our eyes together, pretending we could see starfish, otters, anemones, the abundant life of the sea. We listened for the sounds of breaching whales and loons. The tides continued beneath the constant moon. And Lydia said,
I feel like crying.
and Lydia said,
It breaks my heart.
and Lydia said,
It is so sad.
where can we start? Now Lydia's only 6 years old, an innocent young child who has the birds. She weeps because she feels helpless and has no other words. And Lydia said,
I feel like crying.
and Lydia said,
It breaks my heart.
and Lydia said,
It is so sad. Where can we start?
oh,
Where can we start?
Midnight in the captain's bunk. Smell of whiskey in the air, and I think he's drunk. No need for the skipper's advice. Third mate can take her through just as soon as we get around this ice. Slipping out into Prince William Sound. Open water's dead ahead. Cut the corner by the island of Bly. We can watch the cliffs as they go, gliding by, but they would not see. Sound of steel as she hits the reef, ripping open like a wound with a cry of grief. Oh my God, this ship has run aground. Full speed reverse and pray to God that maybe we can back her down. Struck again, this time we've lost control. There's nothing more that can be done. She's losing oil from the starboard hold. The blood of our mother who's been raped and sold, but we do not see. Black death spreading out upon a northern shore. Grim Reaper come knocking down the planet's door. Life is dying in the sky and on the ocean floor. Someone's crying for the beauty that will be no more. Wake the captain, tell him what we've done. Don't call the Coast Guard till we're sure there's no place that we can run. Keep it quiet, maybe save some face, or tell them we were attacked by some aliens from outer space. mortal wound in Mother Nature's side, killing life that time cannot replace. While Exxon worries for its corporate pride, some of us are worried for the human race. Will we ever see? 3 days and there's nothing done. The battle plans are being drawn while the power mongers play so dumb. Take a backseat, then just pay the fine. The cheapest thing to do is all that Exxon has upon its mind. There is no doctor who can stop this bleed. No sacred land that's safe from corporate greed. And everywhere that modern man has tread, another part of nature has been left for dead, anyone can see. Black death spreading out upon a northern shore. The Grim Reaper come knocking down the planet's door. Life is dying in the sky and on the ocean floor. Someone's crying for the beauty that will be no more. Black death spreading out upon a northern shore. The Grim Reaper come knocking down the planet's door. Life is dying in the sky and on the ocean floor. Someone's crying for the beauty that will be no more. Someone's crying for the beauty that will be no more. Someone's crying for the beauty that will be no more.
May we never forget. The tidal zone in Alaska is the meeting ground of heaven and earth. At low tide, a band of earth is exposed which is teeming with life. Eagles perched on rocks awaiting the movement of fish, shellfish covering acres of ground, land mammals making their way to feeding near the sea. The tides are large in Alaska. They can be as much as 20 feet. Whole bays change configuration in a matter of hours. Always changing, constant renewal. The bays, channels, and inland waterways contain more coastline than the rest of the country put together. Their waters are reflective ribbons of ever-changing light, recording the movement of both heaven and earth, and now of humankind's tragedy. The tides of Prince William Sound are now tides of death. Each new tide brings a new deposit of dying creatures. Carcasses can be picked up off the beach, and in a matter of a few hours, a whole new display of life, caught in the clutches of oil, is revealed. The oil slowly squeezes the life out of all that it touches, and its death is not merciful. Volatile gases settle in the kidneys and livers of affected animals, relentlessly poisoning them. The thicker crude, which has the consistency of oil paint, coats the bodies of animals and birds and quietly smothers them. Not quickly, not mercifully, but slowly and with only the sentinels of glaciers and mountains as witnesses. The oil sticks to everything. There is no relief from its ever-present odor and tactile feeling of suffocation. Boat hulls, rubber pants, shoes, skin, and the hundreds of miles of coastline all bear the same feces-smeared appearance. Ancient forests which have lain in the bowels of the earth now are spread across an unwilling environment. Bays which used to be filled with thousands of variation of song, water lapping, porpoise breathing, and wind upon water now lie silent. There are many voices of Alaska, but this silence is screaming the loudest. It is saying, humankind, wake up. You have stepped beyond your limits and are no longer trusted to care for even the basics of life. Even kindergarten children can learn to clean up after themselves. In your headlong rush to fill the voids of your souls, you have wrenched the lifeblood of the planet out of its caverns and then have spilled it over the face of the earth in forms which pollute, desecrate, and despoil. We are a nation of addicts, and the nature of addiction is that we must become numb to its effect in order to perpetuate its movement. The rush to fill the void becomes a form of intensity which is the ultimate seduction. Always almost fulfilled, but never truly nourished. The rush to fill the void of this nation has just grounded on Bly's Reef, and the greed of a people obsessed with consuming and never replacing now spills out over the last great wilderness we have. This country is heading towards reefs which are just as unforgiving as those of the Alaskan waters, only more pervasive. Have our captains succumbed to alcohol? Are we on autopilot? Who is awake? We need not be asleep. We have a choice. We can be responsible. We can respond. We can act, and we can make sure this never happens again. The corporate boardrooms may be counting on us to forget. The collective inertia of a lifestyle which ignores the balance of nature is counting on us to forget. May we never forget. May we act with courage, vitality, and creativity in the face of this destruction. May we rise with the new day and join with the animals and birds who remain. The creative power of a nation which can carve a pipeline through the heart of the Arctic can surely rise to meet the challenge of saving the Earth. There is a new enemy which is more relentless and more devastating than any one we have faced before. Ourselves and the habits of consumption which have brought us to the edge of Bly's Reef. Our reliance on oil has brought about our betrayal. Even before the oil seeped into the Sound, our souls were sold to the quick dollar and the fast high. America has been addicted to the daily fix of quick profits. We can be as incoherent and as evasive as Captain Hazelwood. Only we have nowhere to run. We have come to the edge of the frontier, and there is nowhere left to go. Let us turn our vision to an America that makes its business the business of saving the Earth. Let us face our children and say that we have taken steps to give them a world that is livable. Let us break the addiction which blinds us and return to the simple morality of self-responsibility and care for living things. may we never forget.
Prince William Sound nestled down the last few frozen days. The rafts of birds broke apart, spring would have its way. Oyster catchers clattered in the noonday sun, shorebirds spun above the waves. The Exxon Valdez slipped onto Bly Reef, the sound simply slipped away. Blackened feathers, broken chain, wrap the sound in the shroud of a silent spring. Unnumbered remains in the common grave. Blackened feathers, broken chain, an oil-stained grebe settled in the sun, preened its life away. Oil slows the wings of a merganser as it struggles to fly the bay. Loons and muirs awash in the tide, eagles on the dead of the day. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Coffee in a plastic cup, the life of a northern sea. The sound gives, man receives, Exxon takes away. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Wrap the sound in the shroud of a silent spring. Unnumbered remains in the common grave. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Oil that killed the Applegate rocks crawls toward Cachimac Bay. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Prince William Sound nestled down the last few frozen days. The rafts of birds broke apart, spring would have its way. Oyster catchers clattered in the noonday sun, shorebirds spun above the waves. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Blackened feathers, broken chain. Blackened feathers, broken chain.